Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to StarCraft 2 Stadium. I am IV Fearless, bringing you a game on Backwater Gulch between LiquidTyler and FnaticMSiKR. MSiKR spawning as our red Terran in the top right position on Backwater Gulch is facing LiquidTyler, our blue Protoss player, spawning in the bottom left position on Backwater Gulch. I do love matches in cross positions on this map. This is one of my favorite maps. It just has such fun engagements. This opening area in front of each base, in front of each main base, is just so great. It is fairly easy to defend, but it is actually possible with some skillful placement of force fields or siege tanks to really use it. Wow. It is possible with the proper placement of your units to actually use it against the defender if you can try to catch them out of position. However, both of these players are very good, so we should not be seeing any gaffes that are too big this game. Now, I am very excited to be casting this game. I have to admit, I am. I have cast 2 previously tonight. This is my third for this evening. This will hopefully be going up on YouTube. My goal is to actually get a whole bunch of games up on YouTube this evening. I also have 2 goals for my casts. The first one is to not space out during the game. I have this bad habit. I have ADD, so like little things will distract me, and I'll just kind of totally space out and forget that there's a drop going on or some huge engagement, and I'll be too busy looking at the name of an ability on some random unit. The other thing I'm going to try to do is not use verbal fillers. Verbal fillers are words like there aren't really too many more in English. It's very interesting that because see there, I just used one. It's very interesting though because other languages actually use different verbal fillers. But back to our game, we do see FnaticMSiKR going ahead and grabbing a command center, doing a little bit of a runaround with a Marine, just wants to make sure there are no proxy pylons in his base. Hanging out by his opponent's Nexus until a Mean Stalker comes and blasts him away. LiquidTyler, foregoing that first initial Zealot getting a quick Stalker, is going ahead and getting a second Stalker, grabbing a very fast Twilight Council. I like this play. I'm hoping we see quick blink. So far, no Zealots being made. Meanwhile, a bunker going down for FnaticMSiKR. MSiKR? Can I just call him MSiKR? MSiKR. 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 MSiKR? MSiKR. Okay, enough of that. Quick blink coming down for LiquidTyler, whereas we see MSiKR going for a generally more, slightly more passive macro play. Their blink is being researched. I already said that. Forward pylon going down. One of the problems with not using filler language, words like one of the problems with not using language like that is that I pause because I'm intentionally editing that out of my speech. Unfortunately, when I edit it out of my speech, we get a blank spot where there's nothing. Stim is being researched for MSiKR, but LiquidTyler could very well hit a very nice blink timing, and once again, this is one of the ways you can actually abuse your opponent's entrance. Now, MSiKR does have a good spread of bunkers, but he will have to be very careful that his opponent doesn't sneak by, get up into the main. There, sure enough, we do see a pylon going down, blinking one up and the others up to the back. Brilliant play by LiquidTyler. Unfortunately, it might not be enough, as there are a lot of Marines here. However, Blink Micro is forcing MSiKR to pull all of his SCVs, and LiquidTyler, being very annoying, continuing to blink back, warping up onto the high ground. Do see a second pylon coming down. LiquidTyler doing a number to MSiKR's base. A lot of SCV kills so far. Stim still not finished. More stalkers on the low ground, and MSiKR can do nothing but chase these guys around. They're blinking down into the natural. Will be able to get a good number of kills. Did get a mule. MSiKR wisely loading up. Will start chasing his opponent out. And LiquidTyler continuing to warp in. Missing the blink up, did not have vision, and so will not quite get it. Hasn't built anything up in his opponent's base. A very nice little trick, though. Once again, a very, very good way to abuse this terrain using that blink. Has gone ahead and gotten a second of his own. Is continuing to poke and prod, reinforcing exclusively with stalkers. Such a nice little trick. Meanwhile, MSiKR going ahead and getting concussive shells. He does have stim, and so probably feels fairly safe, actually. Is making sure to camp his ramp. It has happened to him once before. He does not want it to happen again. And there, will we see it again? No. Forcing his opponent to run back. Just continuing with this blink micro. Poking in, poking back, doing a little bits of damage here and there. Does take down the bunker. Manages to pick off one stalker with that concussive shell. And it looks like LiquidTyler with the pro bleed will be repelled. He is no longer going to have free reign as MSiKR moves out, positioning all the way across that front ramp. Once again, there are only blink stalkers coming in. Combat shield being researched for MSiKR, going ahead and getting himself a starport, putting down a reactor on this factory. Would not be surprised to see that double medevac out very soon. Meanwhile, LiquidTyler, taking this opportunity to continue his probe production, is up to 37 probes. However, MSiKR is swiftly catching up. No tech buildings out yet. It has been very, very focused on, or I should say no additional tech buildings, on additional gateway going down. Does have a very nice spread, continuing to warp in stalkers and reinforce here. Has not pushed forward quite yet. There we do see picking off a couple Marines, gets 3 Marines. Another Marine down below stim health. Very dangerous. MSiKR is continuing his Marauder production. Going ahead and loading up those bunkers. Wants to keep LiquidTyler out as well as possible. Very interestingly, because LiquidTyler does not have vision up here, he does not know that he is able to push into his opponent's base. There we do see 2 medevacs out. no more in production quite yet. A tech lab going down on another barracks. Meanwhile, a 6th gateway coming down for LiquidTyler, who is just continuing to mass up these stalkers, currently with a 6 supply lead. He is looking to be in a fairly solid position, though he will need to be very careful as this Bioball does stim, pushes out. Marauder's doing good damage, but excellent blink micro from LiquidTyler, making these stalkers last so well. Blinking up will be able to completely wipe this army out, and folks, there is not much left for MSiKR. There's the blink forward, picking off the bunkers. SCVs are pulled and will fall swiftly, being healed by those medevacs. Again, blink micro just making these stalkers go so far. And there's the GG from MSiKR, and that's all she wrote.